Welcome back. So a viewer asked if I could show how I made this 2TC. Let's take a look. This is the point in the video where I have to remind you not to kill yourself, but and not to do anything I say or anything I do. But I want to keep these videos quick as possible, and take this apart real quick here. And just show the main part of the tether. So this is one of the bypass links, and I can I'll make a video, separate video or series on making that, because it's a little more involved. But so that's that, and then the there's the stirrup. I'll take that off. I have a video on making this stirrup and or tying the knot. The rest is pretty self-explanatory, and I can link that. Might have to. I got notes somewhere out. I don't know if I have the length of this line here. This is TRC, but I'll link that. And then I don't want to take this line out of this hitch, but essentially the tethers are they're just these are just two pieces of Sterling HTP 9mm. This one, well, they both run through this hitch. Ignore the hitch and the carabiner for now. And there are we have a this piece of HTP. You take a bite in it, fold it over, and it comes out here, and one line goes to the foot stirrup, and the other one goes to the tie-in to the harness, or it would be your tie-in to your bridge or saddle, whatever you want to call it. The tie-in to the saddle is 8 foot measured from this point, and the run that goes to the stirrup is 12 foot, which I think is a little long for most purposes. I don't care to climb really large diameter trees, but if I had to, I would make some other changes, and I could get into that. I mostly would be to get this section here that goes around the tree, get it stiffer. But anyway, all that really is to making the tethers in this system is to take a bite. One line is 8 foot, the other one's 12 foot, or if I want to shorten them up, I might cut a couple foot off of each. But and then I have 24 inches of this heat shrink tubing. This is 3/4 inch heat shrink tubing, 3-to-1, and it has the adhesive lining. I get that they have that on Amazon. And then I have an additional piece of heat shrink tubing. It could be 3/4 inch, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, doesn't matter. And it doesn't have to be adhesive line because I don't shrink this one up. This is kind of a chafing guard, and it just helps to keep the two lines together when they go around the tree, and kind of stiffens it up, makes it a little bit easier to move up and down the tree. But and then I run them where they run around the tree. They run through the loop on the end. So other than that, the only knots that are in the tethers on each termination is I put an Ashley stopper knot. So the Ashley stopper knot is just, you take I take the line in my left hand and I loop this one with my right hand underneath, so it's spiraling down away, and then I take that loop and set it on top here, take the end, come over the top and through. That's the Ashley stopper knot, and I put that on each end. So on this one here, I'm going to pass it through this prusik on the stirrup. Once I got these tied and tightening, got my weight on them, this knot's really solid. Nothing shifts, so I really don't want to take it apart. But I'm going to tie another one here. Just like this. And then where I should have mentioned this earlier when I mentioned the heat shrink, but I got that heat shrink back from the end of this bite about 5.5 or 6 inches. It's not really critical, except that you want enough room here to be able to pull this. You want to be able to pull this bypass link back, and then the bypass link just goes up through this end, goes up through the loop, and then we tie a double fisherman here. Like that. Dress it and set it. And so that's what that distance here is for. So I can be able to, I can retract this and open this link up like that. And then when I put it on the tree, I have this piece of heat shrink tubing. I can telescope it to the sides of the tree. or slide it back in, and then we'll come around the tree into there. The end of the shackle goes in the loop, and draws tight, and I put my weight on it to check it. But this is not this is my own creation. I've used it as a season now, and your alternative to that would be to use I start out with a quick link on this loop here. But it takes a little more time, but if you feel safer with that, then by all means. And the only other thing you have to do is on the upper, I have this as a spacer so that I can move the lower up between, and it doesn't, the upper doesn't interfere with the movement of the lower as I slide it up the tree. But so that's it. The main part of the tether is super simple. It's get a line, measure it, fold it in half, put some heat shrink on it, and then there's a stirrup and a bypass link. Or if you're not going to use a bypass link, you just put you get yourself a delta link, or that's all there is to that. And I attached the delta link with a ball hitch. But so far, if you got any questions, hit me up in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for stopping by.